Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for joining us here again on my channel, Geechee Lion's Journey. Took a little bit longer to get here, but we got here. We will be informative and entertaining to you all tonight. We're going to continue our series. You see, have my special invited guest again, my travel agent, Dana Middleton of bestfaresfortravel.com and Best Fares for Travel Consultancy. So we're back again with the next one. I guess this is number 6, I think, in the series of the things, basically the things that a prospective expat should do in anticipation of moving to the Philippines and retiring to the Philippines. So we have got
visiting the Philippines,
or visiting the Philippines, or anywhere. This can be applied wherever that you may go. But we're going to get into some more subject tonight here with Mr. Middleton. And without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Go ahead, Mr. Middleton.
Okay, well, the very first thing I want to talk about or mention is our prayers go out to all the residents of Maui and the Big Island on the west side who are dealing with these horrible wildfires. I mean, the devastation is just amazing. And so please, if you can send some support to those families, I know that it'll be greatly appreciated. I spent the better part of the last 2 days moving some of my clients who are out there visiting to safer ground, and in some cases to airports to coming back home. So anyway, once again, our heart and our prayers go out to the victims of the wildfires. And with that being said, okay, here we are. We've gone through almost everything aspect of what you're going to need to do to go there to the Philippines. So today I want to go over a checklist to make sure that there's no stone unturned. Okay. The very first thing is let's inventory our carry-on bag.
All right.
And that's going to include in your carry-on bag medicines. Very easy to overlook is your travel insurance papers. Now, if you haven't finished all your bookings, do not file for your traveler's insurance. Wait until you have all your bookings, whether that's hotels and airfares, and then get your traveler's insurance. All right. Thank God most of my clients, matter of fact, all of them that are in Hawaii had traveler's insurance. And so consequently, as far as I know, there will be no financial losses for them. And if they choose to fly out, they don't have to worry about changing flights because they can use their insurance for an evacuation flight. So this is a perfect example of why I highly recommend traveler's insurance, because you never know what will come up. Okay. All right. Moving further along with your check-in bag, carry-on bag rather, 2 pair of underwear. Ounce of prevention is worth a pound to cure. In case something gets delayed with the delivery of your luggage, you've got a change of clothes at least for a few days to tide you over until they get your luggage to you. A couple of pairs of soft shirt, or not pair, but a couple of soft shirts. Because for the life of me, I cannot think of any reason that you would take a starched shirt to the Philippines. Okay. Couple of pairs of short pants. From there, a pair of flip-flops, because you do not want to fly wearing flip-flops, okay? But pack a pair of flip-flops. However, if you don't want to do that, you can always pick up flip-flops almost anywhere in the Philippines, and they're very inexpensive. So that might be a quick way of finding a useful item plus a souvenir in your flip-flops. Okay. A light colored hat or cap. Okay. If you're planning to be outside, you're going to be subject to that direct sunlight, and dark colors absorb heat, light colors reflect heat. So doesn't make much sense to wear a dark cap. Okay. Next, your waterproof jacket. Now, I say windbreaker. As I mentioned before, if you've got a windbreaker, like a golf windbreaker, that will work. Make sure that it is waterproof. If it's not, run it over to your local cleaners and have them Scotch guard it and waterproof it for you. It'll actually cost you less than if you go out and buy a new garment. Okay, if you've got a slicker, pack it. Okay, once again, light color. You can see there's a theme to your clothing, light colors. You know, I know some guys that want to wear their Notre Dame t-shirts and jackets with the navy blue. However, it'll cook you. Power adapter. Make sure your power adapter is either in your carry-on or in your backpack. Okay. Because you're going to need access probably while you're in the airports, either at your destinations or your stopovers. Okay. And of course, when you arrive to your destination in the Philippines, they're on 220 electrical circuits. So you're going to want to change right to be able to use your electrical devices right there. Your selfie stick. Your selfie stick is going to be a little awkward to carry around. I suggest that you carry it in your carry-on, but if you've got room in your backpack, put it in there. Okay. And with that being said, make sure you have an inventory of your electrical devices. Okay. Now, a couple other things. Sunscreen. Now, you know you can't take a container over 3 ounces. However, you could take 2 or 3 3-ounce containers of sunscreen. That you can get away with. You just cannot get away with anything over 3 ounces as a fluid, a flammable fluid. Okay. After that, I suggest Imodium. Okay. So if you're prone to have a high curiosity and want to eat the local foods, I do it. I don't blame anybody who wants to do it. Just when if you're gonna do that, make sure when you're buying street food that when you get it, make sure that it is well done. Okay, even if you're like if it's the beef kebabs, chicken kebabs, you know, then make sure that it is well done. Okay, that will greatly help you. Help prevent you from having to go to an Imodium for an upset stomach. Okay. Easy wipes. Easy wipes. Make sure that you got that in your carry-on bag. And if you've got the room, put a package in your backpack and a package in your carry-on bag. Better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them. Okay? Okay. Now, I want to stop right here before I go any further. And I want to talk about your credentials. Okay. I strongly suggest that you laminate your driver's license. Have a laminated copy of your driver's license. Okay? Because that's what you're going to keep on you as you're moving about, so that if you do happen to lose it or it gets stolen, it's not your original. Next, your passport, your bio page on your passport. Laminate a copy of that so you don't have to be carrying your passport around everywhere you go.
That sounds a good idea.
Yep.
Yeah, laminate, get a good color copy and then laminate that copy.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Although it doesn't matter if it's color or not. Generally, you're going to get a more crisper copy with a black and white copy. Okay, next, very, very important. Laminate a list of your medications.
All right.
Okay. Now, for me, all my medications I keep on my phone. In the albums portion of the photos in my phone, I have an iPhone. I have an album that's medications and vaccines. So all my medications are I have photos of them. So even if I can't pronounce them, I can show a pharmacist, this is what I need, okay? So, but make a list, a laminated list of your medications. Okay. Your U.S. contact information. If something were to happen and you need to get a hold of somebody back in the United States, okay, you don't need their address, but most definitely you need their phone number. So name and phone number, and you could put city and state, but I wouldn't put their personal address on it. And then your Philippine contact number. Now, are you saying, well, wait a minute, I don't know anybody. That's fine. Your hotel can be a contact number. So you will know, because of your booking, the name of the hotel, the address, and the phone number. Now, one of the things about that is when you're coming into the country through customs, they're going to ask you where you're going to be staying. So that you have that information readily available. Okay. So if you're going to be at 3 or 4 hotels, list 3 or 4 hotels under your list of Philippine contacts.
Okay, I was going to ask you that if you have more than one hotel booked up,
yes,
you got to put them all.
Yes, yes. Okay. Now, with that being said, sunglasses. If you wear glasses like I do, okay. Now I do have a pair of prescription sunglasses.
So do I.
Okay, but for our viewers that don't wear glasses, don't skimp on glasses. Don't buy a pair of sunglasses for $9.95 from the gas station, okay? No. And don't spend, I would tell you never spend, since you don't have to have prescriptions, most of them are UV rated, so you don't have to spend more than no more than maybe $30 for a decent pair of sunglasses. And I suggest the gargoyle style, so they kind of wrap around your eyes to protect you from the ultraviolet rays coming from the sides. Okay? Luggage locks, we talked about that before. Good, buy some good locks for your carry-on and your check-in bags. I do not recommend the ones that have the cables that go through the little eyes of the zippers. I recommend the stainless steel. Master makes some very good ones, and they're not that expensive. A lot of times I think you'll pay less than $10 for a pair. Try Target. And if you can't find them at Target, then go to Amazon and order them online. Okay? All right. Gifts. Okay? The best gift you could take to the Philippines is chocolate.
Chocolate.
Okay?
I heard a show, Filipino Today, said the same thing.
Yep. You cannot go wrong with chocolate. Whether you give a couple of pieces, and like I said, I recommend Hershey's, Hershey's Kisses, Hershey's Doves, but not the dark chocolate, the milk chocolate. Hershey bars. Any chocolate that does not have nuts in it.
No nuts and fruits.
No nuts and fruits. No chocolate covered raisins. Okay.
Now, also, this Filipino I listened to today on her show, she said soap is a good item for pasalubong.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, bar soap, I guess something that they don't.
Yeah, I know.
But that would
soap
make sense because they're so into the hygiene and everything. You know, you can really appreciate a good soap, you know.
Yeah, but if you're going over there and you're bringing them soap, what is that? What message are you trying to convey?
No,
okay.
I'm not really, yeah, I mean that
chocolate cannot be misinterpreted.
You can't lose. Yeah, I got you.
Chocolate cannot be misinterpreted.
All right, but she just said that.
And you don't want to pack chocolate and soap, bar soap together.
Oh, no, not together, no.
So that's out. Now, coming into the home stretch here, do not forget to lubricate the axles of the wheels on your luggage. Okay? You're going to be juggling a couple of pieces of luggage through the terminals if you don't have a cart. And even just going down the aisles of the tunnels to your plane. You know, you don't want that piece of luggage getting hung up because one of the wheels isn't spinning properly. So definitely you want to make sure that the wheels and axles are working properly. So lubricate them.
Dana, I got a question. I got a question on the luggage.
Yeah.
Most carriers, is there a limit? Are you allowed to have 1 or 2 bags with these international carriers?
It depends on the airlines. You know, you got to check with your airlines, and they will give you guidelines. And see, the thing about it is, for example, if you're going to fly around in the country, okay, you need to check with them and find out what their criteria are. Are you going to have to be paying for a second bag that you didn't have to pay for on the international flight?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. What was I going to say? Oh, don't forget to weigh your bags. Check on your bags to make sure.
I'm already doing that.
Yeah, making sure that you don't carry too much. And okay,
That's a very good point you made about what is the requirement for the local Philippine airline intra-country.
Well, sometimes I don't use Philippine Airlines Brown in country. Okay. Sometimes I'll use Cebu Pacific. Sometimes I'll use Asia Air. I won't go too much off base with anybody else for domestic, either Philippine Airlines or Asia Air or Cebu Pacific. And my rationale for that is the price for domestic carriers like Asia Air and Cebu Pacific can be quite a bit less than flying the same routes with Philippines Air. Okay, so if it's $20 less to book with Cebu Pacific, 20 times 55, that's 2 or 3 days of your meals that you just saved on a flight that's going to the same place.
So you said Asia Air, Cebu Pacific, and what was the third one?
Philippine Air.
Okay, so it's just a matter. I just suggest anybody just go to their website or contact that carrier, and they can tell you straight up what it is.
Yeah, or if you're using a travel agent like myself, then I generally would already have it looked up for you.
Okay, good. That's good to hear. Then I don't have to go through that.
I mean, that's part of my consultancy, is to save you time and aggravation.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a good point there about that wait, because you're all good to get to the country, but then when you want to go somewhere else, you messed up.
Okay. Make sure you got a weather app on your phone.
Yeah.
Now, I always provide my clients with as long a forecast for where they're going as I can. Some cases it's 10 days. Sometimes it's depending on when I do it. And I like to do that usually the day before or 2 days before they leave, so that I can get the longest time out forward for the forecast. Because most forecasts are going to be accurate for up to maybe 10 days. After anything beyond 10 days, it gets to be a little iffy as to whether they're accurate. So I always suggest have a weather app on your phone, an international weather app, not your local news and weather in Dallas, Chicago, Los Angeles, wherever you live.
Yeah.
But get an international weather forecast. And with that, I'm going to turn things back over to you.
Okay.
And let's get some of your input into
I got a few little things here that somebody I can cover. One thing that I've done this week, I experienced changing my phone carriers. Actually, the other person that I have on my phone service, she decided to, as my mother decided to move to another carrier. So I went on ahead and ported my number over as well. Now, the thing about that phone is it's an American phone and it's locked into one of the local American carriers. So I wouldn't be able to use it in the Philippines anyway, except as an internet phone. Any phone, as long as it can get internet, you can use WhatsApp or Viber, one of those other apps to communicate with those phones. But I do have one phone I bought from Samsung from the factory, so it's automatically unlocked. And then I also unlocked the other one. So I will have a phone. I have a phone that I can get a new SIM card upon arrival in the airport with the local Philippine number. So I think that is a key thing.
Okay.
That somebody
I
should
gotta
have
stop.
a phone.
I got to stop you right there.
What?
Don't get that SIM card in the airport. You'll pay 3 times as much money as you will if you go to one of the local places. I mean, the 7-Eleven you can buy SIM cards from.
Okay.
You will not pay 3 times as much. If you buy it in the airport. Matter of fact, I make it a habit of never buying anything in the airport. I don't even buy water in the airports because they're gonna gross you. They're gonna tear your head off with the prices. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm glad you jumped on there. I'm glad I said that so you could rebut that. That's good. Don't buy anything in that airport. Wait till you get, would you say wait until after you get to your hotel?
I would tell you, yeah, after you get to your hotel, sure. You know, but man, don't, wait till you get to your hotel because you get checked in and you can leave your luggage, put your luggage down and know it's secure. Then you can venture out and find a 7-Eleven or the closest place. Electronics is everywhere.
Great,
okay.
great.
You will never, if you're in the Philippines, you will have never ever seen as many Sanyo electronic, Toshiba electronic signs.
Yeah, you don't even see those brands anymore in America. You don't even see that in America.
They're everywhere in the Philippines. How much time we got left?
We still got some time. Let me ask you this.
How much?
About how much? We at least got 5 minutes or more than that because I don't even have an indicator yet. So that means we got more time than that. How much would a SIM card cost a person?
SIM card's gonna probably cost you about $3.
$3, but you got to remember American. Also that you need to have Philippine peso currency there because they do not accept American dollars. So $3 American, you talking about what? 300 pesos?
Well, three times 55.
Yeah.
So that's
155. That's 165, 170 pesos.
Right.
For a SIM card. And then also when you get the SIM card, you can also get your data plan or load or whatever you're going to do.
Right. Because once again, that's going to be important if you're going to, for example, you are going from the airport to the hotel, and the taxi driver, you like him, okay? Yeah. He's friendly, he speaks English, he's well-versed. Get his phone number, but he's not gonna have a US number.
Right.
He's gonna have a Philippine number. So by getting that Philippine SIM card, you'll be able to call him and say, hey, I'm going to the airport at such and such and such a time. You wanna earn this fare?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And then when you get to the airport, you can tell them, okay, I'll be back at such and such and such. I'll call you if you want to earn that fare.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, it's very important. That's a very important thing because I said there are 5 essentials. They always say food, clothing, shelter, but there's 2 more: communication and transportation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so always remember that. So that's a good thing. Again, get your things after you get to the hotel.
Plus, guys, you don't know anybody in the Philippines, okay?
Right.
Even if you've been online dating, you don't know anybody in the Philippines.
Right.
So being face-to-face with that taxi driver, and if that taxi driver works out for you, it's like hiring a driver on the cheap.
That's right.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. That's going to save you a lot of money. Okay?
Right.
Because what that means is you don't have to give him large tips every time you use them.
Right. And I think another thing that I'm just thinking about here on the fly here is if you got to get a good rapport with that driver, he's probably going to be able to recommend you to some local businesses there in that city or services that have what you want.
Exactly.
You know, whether that be
Most
grocery, the mall, laundry,
I've never been
massage, haircut.
I have never ever been to a place overseas and had a taxi driver that didn't know the city we were in. Here in the United States, I've had Uber drivers and Lyft drivers that had no clue of where we were going and
That's
were
right.
relying on their cell phones to guide them to where they're going.
That's
and
right.
then they end up gouging me because they want to get off the freeway and take the local roads and shoot the fare up. So that's one thing you won't have to worry about too much when you go overseas. These guys, they know the cities that they're working in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
therefore, they know the shortcuts.
Of course. Yeah, of course they know. So I think that's a very good idea. First point of contact, if you luck up and get that good taxi driver, whoever's driving you to the hotel, that's a good start. And,
before I forget, okay, I got my copy of the book I recommended, Zoom to Philippines. Got it from Amazon. I got it for $15.50. Man, it's great. It is absolutely great. There is so much information in it. For 91 pages, you're going to go through different sections and finish, and then you say, well, let me go back and read this again. It will take the monotony out of waiting at your gate. It'll take the humdrum out of your long portion of your flights. I'm going to say it's a must-have.
Let me ask you this: is it a paper or is it an ebook?
It's a paperback.
Okay, it is a paperback, but it's relatively small, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to consider that as some Amazon gift card somebody gave me, so I may use it on that. But speaking of Amazon books, by the way, Mr. Geechee Lion Music, I have a ebook out there on Amazon as well. So you look up and you can get that book about the origins of Geechee Lion Music. So I'll invite anybody out there to check my book out. It's on Amazon. It's a nice, short, good read as well, but it's an ebook. But also that's going to help support the channel, and it's also going to give you an insight into Geechee Lion's journey, which you are participating in and witnessing right now. And I like to make this point of contact. You see, it took a few extra minutes today to change my backdrop. The picture on the left, this was, I guess I had to be about 20 years old. I was a DJ at some point in time. So that was me actually at the DJ station. I believe this might have been at my cousin's double wedding. And then this one on the right, I just took this picture last week. This is from the latest photo shoot for my big project that's coming out soon called Ministry. Ministry is an album that I conceived, I want to say it's over 40 years ago that I conceived this album. It's really a tribute to my musical mother, Carole King. It actually was inspired by a certain Filipino blogger who you all are going to know who that is if you don't already know. But you can see me in my imperial clothes there, the gold, and you see the tapestry there. So that's a relation to Carole King's album Tapestry. This is made by a young lady out of Chicago named Gwen, the Quilt Lady. So I'm showcasing some of her work, and then I'm related to the album Tapestry, and then, that's my latest photo shoot. So you're going to see that in a few days. I put out a short video today on my channel, and it showed studio session I had today with a beautiful vocalist, Marta Garrett, who is a recent member who's joined the Geechee Line music family. So you're going to be hearing a lot from Marta Garrett, a beautiful vocalist, and she actually put her vocal stylings on one of the songs in the ministry collection. So look out for that. And I want to also remind you to support this channel, like, share, subscribe. Go to my website, chilionssoul.com. That's CHILIONSOUL.com. That's going to connect you to all my other websites, my online markets, my YouTube channel. You'll be able to buy my music in physical form or download it. This is all you can help support Geechee Line journey. Of course, I'm Geechee Line. I'm representing the company and the person. So we're very glad and happy again to be with my partner that I've gotten to meet. I think I've been familiar with you maybe since last year, certainly. And he is an accomplished travel agent and travel consultant here based in Tech. He's located physically in Texas, but he can help anyone in America that's looking to travel abroad. So I'm glad to be able to collaborate with him. This has probably got to be our 8th or 9th meeting together. And the next one, probably we're going to discuss what our next subject is going to be. But you're looking at a live example in front of your face here of a man here that can help you in a concrete fashion to help you with that transition, that move. If you're going to the Philippines, he's well qualified to do that. And in me, you're actually seeing an actual client of his and an actual prospective expat. My date to go to the Philippines is now less than 40 days. So what you're hearing him saying, he's actually told this to me, and I'm actually following some of his advice as well. So we want you to do the same, and feel free to contact Mr. Middleton at his company, which is www.bestfaresfortravel.com. I believe he has a Facebook page as well where you can reach him.
2 of them.
Is that correct?
Yeah, you can reach me through my Dana Middleton Facebook page. And then I have a travel page, which is bestfaresfortravel.com.
Right.
So that is a Facebook page as well.
Right. So
and I got to correct you on one thing. I have clients from all over. So from Europe, Africa, Asia, South America, as well as the United States. So if you want to reach out for my assistance, you don't have to just live in the United States.
Right. You can be anywhere. You contact Mr. Dana Middleton. And now, as we get ready to sign off, I want you to be forewarned. A special day, a special anniversary is coming up for this guy right here. And I'll give you a clue. If you're a fan of the Beatles, one of the Beatles' famous songs will give you the clue of what this subject is going to be within the next couple of weeks. So thank you for joining Geechee Line Journey. We'll be back again with Mr. Dana Middleton on the